How did you learn how to become a CEO?
School of Hard Knocks. And the fact of the matter is I never thought about being a CEO for a very long way into my career. I was always interested in how things worked. I was interested in how people design things. And so electrical engineering was sort of right there at the forefront for me. I went to a company who made electric meters in Springfield, Illinois as an engineer, and they asked me to go to the field and be a salesperson. I mean, you talk about scary. My mother said, "You can't do that." And I'm not sure, reflecting back, why I said yes. Maybe I was scared if I didn't say yes, bad things would happen. But nonetheless, I said yes. Every single time the company I worked for said, "We have another opportunity, would you move and go do this?" I said yes. So I have, sort of this treasure trove of past experiences in virtually every part of a company. I mean, I don't know that you can learn how to become a CEO. I mean, all of the great universities would tell you, well, come to Harvard or come to Stanford and we'll teach you how to do that. Hogwash. The way I learned how to become a CEO is having dozens of different jobs in every segment of a number of different companies. You understand what goes on in engineering. You understand what goes on in manufacturing. You understand what goes on in sales. You understand what goes on in marketing and understand what goes on in finance. You're maybe not expert at any of it, and I would say I'm not, but you understand how it all fits together and how it all works together. And then you learn. I mean, you learn that you can't be focused on all those things. There's not enough time in the day. You learn that if you don't trust your people, you'll never grow and be successful. There's sort of three pieces of being a CEO. You think about your investors, you think about your customers, and you think about your employees. And for me, that is a very equal three-legged stool. If you focus on one at the expense of either of the other two, then you have made a mistake. People have to believe in you. And so I think, when I talk to people and I say something's going to be done, it gets done. When I talk to employees or customers and have empathy for their issue, that has to be real empathy. I think one of the reasons you get to be a CEO is because you are competitive. And you can be competitive in a number of different ways. You can be competitive with people, growing up in companies, and there's always a little of that. You can be competitive with your competitors, and there's always a bit of that. I'd like to think that I've been more competitive around success, just simply being successful. It was important for me to get Itron from $200 million to $500 million. And then it was important to get to $1 billion. Now we're pretty close to $2 billion. It has always been about growing the company. Not a little bit every day, but by magnitude leaps. When I came here, I used to say, we can be an extraordinarily successful company. We simply have to want to. And I've always wanted to.